Yo, what's up, guys? In this episode, this is a practical example of all this woo-woo stuff I'm teaching you or I'm sharing. It comes down to how do you actually implement and actually create change in your life. So, before I give you my personal example where I use this, let me just give you another brief idea of a concept from OPS called sleep process. All right. Oh my God. Sleep process. Now sleep process, look at this. Here's Bob, right? Happy, bum. So sleep process is circulating known information. That says info actually. uh, it's circulating known information. Notice reading books is not circulating known information. You're consuming new information. Watching videos is not circulating known information. It is consuming new information. Eh, So when you're doing the sleep process, there should be no new sensory input. I just wrote input. No sensory input that you're consuming. All right, so what consume basically is you're taking in new information like books, watching YouTube videos, advice, all that stuff, right? So you need to have, so this consume is the understanding, this consume is the understanding aspect of your life. But for you to see the stuff and realize the stuff that you're understanding, realization, where you feel it, see it, that's where sleep process comes in. Now, now how do you circulate known information? This entire change of belief system, notice you're changing something that is internal, you're changing an internal state of being. So, so to change your belief system, you need to access sleep, not get more information. So even if you consume more information, you might get some epiphanies, paradigm shift. Oh, wow, stuff like that, moments like that. But it is useless because it doesn't integrate back into your life. So now, how do you circulate known information? One form is questions. So you ask yourself questions. So when you ask yourself questions and you keep, and so that is one form, right? So you ask yourself a question, then answer it, then ask another question and answer it, and ask another question and answer it, right? There's also another form called self-inquiry, right? So self-inquiry is, you are basically doing inquiry. You're basically circulating new information. You're asking a question, you're bringing out information, you're taking that information, pushing it back in. So so here's the thing, you ask, oh my God, let's do this. Here's the magical pen. So here's the question. So you ask, info pops up. So info pops up. Take that info, send it back in. Don't share it or anything. It's just everything is going internal. And then new info pops up. So and then you keep asking. So it's like a loop. So you're circulating known information. Now the quality of questions really determines the quality of your sleep process. So there are a couple things that determine the success of this belief system stuff. One is the quality of questions. I can barely read it. One is the quality of questions you can ask. Two is how honest uh, and transparent transparent. I don't know why I'm writing because no one would understand it. It doesn't matter. So I'll try to draw pictures next time. So so set, so first one is the quality of questions that you're going to ask yourself. Second one is how honest and transparent you are. Third and the most important aspect of actually changing your beliefs is making or what I call stilling your mind. So it's like let me take draw this. So pa, 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 pa. Let's just do this and pa, pa, like no. No. So the third one is stilling your mind. All right. Now this is very important for you to understand. You so to answer so what okay, what happens is this. Here's your mind. Here's Bob, right? Here's Bob's crazy head. He, scientists say you have like million thoughts. You literally do have million thoughts, right? Here's all the million thoughts. But at any moment, you're only aware of like seven thoughts. Aware as in conscious of like seven thoughts. This. And your consciousness keeps changing from this thought to awareness to this thought. But you're not like aware of all the thoughts. At a moment, you're aware of like one, two, or three thoughts. But in your head, there are like thousand thoughts running. So sleep process is like trying to like find the quality of the thought and then try to like trace it back, right? That is a key process. You get this thought will be attached to some other thought, that thought will be attached to some other thought, and you're trying to like follow this trail, right? But if you have like thousand other thoughts along with it, you're going to get it. That's it. It's a game over for you. This entire game that you're playing is done. Belief system, you will never be able to do it. So you should be able to still your mind. Still your mind meaning you should be able to decrease the number of thoughts that you're think. Not decrease, I mean just be more still. It's literally like a meditation zen like because in that state you're not dealing with that many distractions, right? You're dealing with like four. And in that four you can kind of find the thought that you're actually thinking of. It actually reminds me of if oh no, I'm not streaming. I'm not streaming the screen, guys. Never mind. I mean, drawing like a madman here. So, okay. See, I even got this colorful streams and stuff. Never mind. So the sleep process is your circulating known information. That's a recap, right? Uh, so sensory input, no new sensory input, only circulating known information. You can do that by questions or self-inquiry. So by questions, I mean like this. You ask, you get info, take that info, send it back in as another question. You get more info out, take that info, send it back in. You get this. And there are three things that will determine the success, right? The success of this entire process, there are three things that will determine it. One is your quality of the question. So the quality of the question will determine uh, the quality of the information that will pop up. So you don't have to do sleep process that much if your quality of questions is really good. Honesty and transparency. You should be able to be honest and transparent and very loving with yourself, but brutally honest as well. So the entire process, you should not let go of yourself. If you abandon yourself, game over. No matter how hard something is, no matter how much disapproval or rejection you face internally, you can't abandon yourself. You abandon yourself, game over. Here's the drawing. I took some time to draw, didn't stream though. So here's like you have to still your mind. So by stilling your mind, it reminds me of let me just say this. It reminds me of that scene where this guy steals in movies and all. It's like this chase scene where a guy steals a handbag or something and takes the handbag, and the cops are like chasing him, and this guy like goes into a crowd and like disappears, right? So just give me 1 second. If I just do this, can I just copy paste this? Mm, oh my god. Okay. Never mind. So let's say these six people are our crowd. So the this is the thought you want to attack, right? Because it's so crowded, it kind of like disappears here, right? But let's say you have only like five people here, your entire crowd. The thought that you're trying to access doesn't disappear. Byron Katie says the only way you can get the answer is not by thinking. So here you're not actually thinking the answer. If you're thinking, you're just increasing its number of thoughts. So it's game over. So you're kind of like distilling and getting stuff out, which I will show you in my practical example. I have it right here. So you have to decrease the number of thoughts first, either by ranting on paper or by some breathing exercises or stuff like that. You have to like decrease the number of thoughts, get it all out. So then you know what are you dealing with. All right. So you know, cool concept. Let me actually show you a practical example. So here, if I do this, share screen, stop share. hmm Share screen. Am I sharing this? Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's get on to the real stuff. All right. So here you have your rant. All right. So this is step number one. First, you have your rant. Now, if you want more questions on rant, I will put in comments below Byron Katie's worksheet, neighbor resolving worksheet or whatever. Take that worksheet. You know what to rant. If you need questions to like bring up the rant inside you, rant. So in here you need to be brutally honest. Literally, it's the unfiltered version of you. No judgments, no nothing. No matter how harsh or how petty or how judgmental you may be, get it down on paper. So once you get this down on paper, step one, remember the number of thoughts will start decreasing. So and you kind of get more clarity on what you're working with, which is what I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. This is step number one, right? So let me explain you the situation that actually happened with me. A very close friend of mine, right? This happened like months ago. This happened like January, something like that. So it was telling me to grow, right? And it was like super triggering for me, and I couldn't. This is a friend that I valued, but this what they did was super triggering for me, right? And I was in like pain because I'm like, oh, it's like you just want to like, right? So that's what I write, right? So that's what I write in this rant, which is not here because YouTube privacy stuff like that. But so that's the rant part here. That's the context. So I write, there's something in my belief system that continues to allow myself. You see this word allow? This is very important. All right. This is the language you need to talk to yourself in. Because allowing means you actually chose rather than something chose you. But it's not true. You always choose. You always choose. That's why you always allow myself to get hurt. Okay. And this gives you more this brings out the quality of the information. Your self-talk now really comes into play. There's something in my belief system that continues to allow myself to become hurt, but I do not have to choose to feel the impact of their behavior. It's an issue of choice. This is what I write to myself, right? So this is I kind of know I need to do this, but I'm not realizing it, right? Oh, I do know I have to like choose to feel the impact, but I'm actually like realizing it, being it. No, I'm just saying this is what I wish I could be, but I'm not understanding what to do. So I try to write, okay, here's my belief system. So belief system is basically like this, whatever is like kind of triggering you, something that you believe that is kind of like triggering this reaction. Expectation is a good way to like find beliefs. Oh, I expect this to happen, but something else happened, right? So that is what is this? So that is a form of belief, any sort of expectation. So when you're ranting, you see here step number one, it's so important because you have like many beliefs that you just like slap on. He should do that, but instead he did this, stuff like that, right? And they'll be like, and then this happened, all that stuff. Now is the time to like become anti and analyze. Okay, here's one belief, here's another belief, here's another belief, and you slowly one by one break it down. Okay, so here's one belief I broke it down. So I get triggered when someone tells me to grow, but they don't look into themselves or take responsibility for it explicitly. Notice this word explicitly, I added it later because that's what I realized. Even someone was growing, but I didn't see them grow. And if someone else told me to grow explicitly, it kind of triggered me badly. And I'm like, wait, who are you to tell me how I'm growing? Don't you see how hard I work when no one watches? Stuff like that. So I always assume that he doesn't take responsibility, but she is. It's like saying do the SI now. So here's like never mind the pronouns. So it's like saying do the SI now. It's because I have SI last, so it's like me saying someone do the SI now. Now here's how you break it down. So here's I said how sad it is. So once I see this, I kind of like feel sad as well. It's like what is this? Like why am I stuck in this belief? So here's the first question you ask. So here's the step number two. How does this belief serve me? Now, watch this very carefully because this is going to be very important on how you're going to resolve your belief. You see this question, it's very important. And in the every word is very important. How does this belief serve me? Now, if you watched my belief system video, one before it, there is two assumptions here. One, this serves you, right? Serve means what? It helps you in certain way. There's another trap people fall into, I fell into, which is that, oh, it doesn't serve me. I don't know why I'm choosing it. Stuff like that, right? So, no, the stuff that you chose does help you. Why? Because it comes down to the definition of motivation. Now, if you, I explained it in the previous belief system video, but if you don't know what motivation is, let me explain you. Whatever you perceive to give you more pleasure or to that you perceive to like take you away from the most pain is the choice that you choose. So I chose here, even though it was painful for me. There is something deep down. It's like a tissue box, right? One tissue you keep removing, but somewhere deep inside that tissue box, I believe there's a belief that serves me, that gives me pleasure. Now I need to find that and realize that it doesn't serve me. That is the process. So that is the entire hero's journey process. You realize that whatever you're doing doesn't serve you, and that is what this sleep process is entirely designed to do. It is help you find and realize that whatever you think gives you pleasure doesn't actually give you pleasure. And the moment you realize that, you see that, you drop it like that, immediately, like that. No lag, none, no lag. There's no lag time. It's like next frame, the next moment you drop it. That's what happened in every movie. Guy goes to trials and tribulation, suffering, gets hit. End of the day, you realize, you know what? I don't want to go through this. It doesn't serve me. And then he drops it. That's it. It's just that simple. That simple. Now, so the fact that you chose to believe this thought says you, by definition, that it serves you in some way. Now you have to find it. Now it's like a detective. Now you're like a Sherlock of your own life, right? So how does this belief find serve me? So it helps me put pressure on myself and then prove them wrong. Yeah, it's too much. Helps me put pressure on myself and then prove them wrong. Oh, now you take this and find out how does this serve you. So it's like you're peeling the onions or you're taking out a tissue from the tissue box, right? You need to like go to the deeper layer, right? So the next layer is you take this information, push it back in. So how does proving them wrong serve you? So here's where honesty really comes into play, because if you're not honest, right, you would stop here. But if you're honest, you would go all the way till here. Okay. So how does proving them wrong serve me? So serve you like serve me. So when I grow and change myself, they will finally appreciate and see how amazing and valuable I am. Now you have to like notice the the kind of like crux. Oh, when I grow and change myself, I finally appreciate me and see how amazing and valuable I am. Now look at this. How does feeling and appreciated and amazing in external world serve me? Right? It helps me feel good about myself and finally help me see how amazing I am. So when other people see how amazing I am, then I can finally see how amazing I am. Right? That's the logic that's happening here. I said, okay, how does getting external validation serve me to feel good about myself? And then I write, I don't have to give it to myself, right? And you won't. So sometimes these answers kind of take some time to get because how crowded your mind might get. This is where you let the stilling process begin, where you do some breathing exercises. Basically, you have to like still your mind and not think that much. When you don't think, the answer comes. When you ask honestly and decrease the amount of thoughts, the right thought will just surface on the water. It's like that thing when you put inside water, because of how light it is, it just like floats on water. It's like that. Yeah, it's like the truth will bubble up. If you all you have to do is just remove layers, because the entire process doesn't depend on you searching something. It just depend. The entire process is just removing stuff that you don't want. It's just removing layers, so you don't have to like create more layers. That's counterproductive. This is one of the counterintuitive moves in life. To like solve stuff like this, you have to like stop actually thinking and not think, then the right answer will like bubble up, right? I don't have to give it to myself. Okay, why can't I give it to myself? Because I'm not growing for myself, I'm growing for others. So now watch this, how sneaky the belief systems actually are. So okay, I'm not going for myself, I'm actually going for others, right? So now, how does going for others serve me? And now this loops back here. So how does going for others serve me? So it's like, see, this is the same question. It helps me feel good about myself and helps me see how amazing I am. Now, how to get external validation to serve and feel good about myself? I don't have to give it to myself. It's just a loop, you see. It's just this toxic loop. Now, here's the step three. When you see that you're doing this, a process of realization starts to kick in. Now here's the step three. Two things will happen. All right. One, you realize that you see, I'm looking at this entire process. I'm realizing that this doesn't serve me. It doesn't help me in any any which way. So step number one, you realize this doesn't serve you. If this doesn't serve you, you're dropping this. Done. The moment you see that it doesn't serve you, you're dropping this. You drop this. There's another possibility. You reach a certain question, and you actually cannot find why you're believing this. You come across a question, and you actually, no matter how hard you think, you just cannot come up with reason why you how this serves you. Okay, then maybe then that implies there is no reason why this is. And the moment you see that there is actually no reason why I'm actually choosing this, also you drop it. So in both cases, it's a win-win situation. There's no situation in this process where you actually lose, because either you realize that it doesn't serve you, or you realize that you do not exactly have a reason as to why you're choosing this, which also you drop it. Because why am I choosing that? I don't want. So this is like three-step process, right? And that this is like the part one of changing the belief system. uh, so man, this is a long video. Let me like go remove this and share. Stop share. Clear canvas, guys. Okay, now look, it's it's not enough for you to just change the belief system. All right, what you actually need is to replace this belief system with a better belief. Okay, because the process doesn't just entail you seeing that this doesn't. I don't like that. because it's too harsh on my eyes. Uh, yeah, so the part one of the belief is just recognizing the finding the belief, right? Once you remove it, you need to replace this with the belief that you actually want to believe in, that you actually want your reality to be in. So that's the third step. So once you see the once you see that thing, oh, I'm not actually growing for others, I'm actually growing for myself part. So now you can make a choice. Okay, what do you actually want? What do you actually want to believe? If an ideal world, oh, it's like I want to grow for myself. Okay, now it's just okay. I allow myself to grow to myself. I grow for myself. So here you write the affirmation, right? So I allow myself to choose whatever the choice you want to do and feel what while doing so. Uh, okay, now look at the statement. I allow myself to choose. You One big thing about belief system that many people just mess up is that when you're replacing it, you kind of negate it. When you negate it, you're giving it more attention, you're giving it more awareness, you're giving it more power. Whatever you resist, persist, right? So whatever you resist, persist. So your entire goal is to love both the sides, and while being non-attached to both the sides, choose the one that you actually prefer because you can. That's it. So here you allow myself to choose. It's a choice between this and this. You can choose whatever you want to choose, and feel. Okay, you remember that belief system leads to emotions, leads to thoughts, and feel amazing while doing so, excited while doing so, crazy while doing so. You know, anything that you want to see while doing so, and this is what you choose. It's you Everyone intuitively know this process, like animalistically everyone knows this process. Every movie that you watch follows this exact same process. I'm just like making it more conscious. That's it. Every movie that you watch, you'll notice the same pattern, which is that a guy goes, you know what, I do not want this, I'm going to choose this, I'm going to save the world, and just goes and does it, right? And he made that choice. So here's the he made the choice and he chooses it. So here's a part two of the belief system. It's a three-step process. One is clarity on basic clarity. Okay, so you need to have a lot of clarity on what you want to believe and what the belief system that you're removing. That's what we did here. Right, we got clarity. Two is trusting your decision. Very important. As a human, you don't trust the decisions you make for some. So let's say you took this, you got this clarity, and let's say I decide to do this. The step two is trusting the decision. Okay, because okay, I'm this is the decision I took. I'm keeping my word with it. I'm gonna do this, right? Trusting your own decision. Third is action, because you know that you have integrated this belief system fully if it's getting reflected in your action. Right. Let's say you became conscious of it, but you're still acting with the old belief system. That means there's more beliefs that you're believing that's causing that. And you have to do more self-inquiry. But action is like the action is the thing that makes internal stuff concrete in the external world. So if your action is not reflecting that, then that means you didn't change the belief. So these are like the cross checks that you can do. The action is very important. Now, there are a couple of methods that you can actually check to make this stuff faster. One is the movies that play in your head, right? I don't know if when something happened, like movies start playing in your head, negative scenarios and stuff like that, imagination. So here's where the imagination comes into play. Here's where how amazing you are shines, because your imagination is infinite and the kind of things you can do with it, it's crazy. So with your imagination, the movies that you play in your head, the choices that you choose in the movies is the one that you're going to choose. So the choices that you make in your movies is your belief system, is who you are. So if the choices change in your imagination, the movies that's playing in your head, that means in the external world also you have integrated that belief, but also in the external world you have changed it. Okay. Also in your dreams are just, imagine it's like a, uh, much more, my dreams are crazy, so it's much more a crazy simulator of what your belief systems are. So they put you in a scenario, all you have to do is be conscious of what actions you're actually choosing, and that will kind of illuminate what belief system you're believing. So the choices you make are directly connected to the belief system that you're believing. So noticing, if you can be lucid, noticing the choices that you chose in your dreams, or in the choices that you're playing, and the choices that you chose during the movies that's playing in your head, you can kind of backtrack and cross check and see, okay, am I actually believing this or not? Have I actually integrated this or not? Okay, and that is basically the entire process to change belief system. It is it is kind of long, but it is a very amazing. The understanding aspect of it takes time, but the implementation aspect is super simple. Look at this, right? You ran, you ran, right? Papa, papa. You find like a sentence. You see, okay, how does this serve me? Then you get some answer. Take this. How does this serve me? Take that. You get some answer. Okay, how does this answer? Believing this answer serves me. Papa, papa. So if you, let's say you want a framework to, let's say if you want a framework, I will actually post the framework in the description, no, in the comments below. Okay, and a Byron Katie's worksheet as well, which also Byron Katie's and also another form of changing your belief. Hers her stuff also revolves around the same thing. It's realizing that whatever you're doing doesn't serve you. So she uses the question, "Is this true? How does it make you feel when you believe this thought?" And she does something called turnaround, which is the same stuff that even you'll use here. So let's say you got the belief, you do a turnaround. Turnaround meaning, uh, I so turnaround is, I will explain that. So let's say he hurt me. Oh my god. Let's say this is a statement called he hurt me, right? So the turnaround would be, you just keep this same, but you just keep changing the pronouns. I hurt, hurt. I hurt him. I hurt myself. He, wait, I hurt me. He hurt me. I hurt him. I hurt myself. He hurt himself. So that's a turnaround. So you have to realize, what is this true? Is this true? Is this true? You have to realize. So basically, change the pronouns. So let's say he. So he makes me feel sick, right? He makes me feel sick. Here, you just go, I make me feel sick. Then you go, what? I make him feel sick. Then you go, what? He makes himself feel sick. So you got like three turnarounds. So this is what you're actually believing. But in reality, you actually believe either this, or this. And you have to like realize how true these statements are. Doesn't matter. It's a good tool as well. You can integrate this as well. Now here's like a final tip that will either make or break your success in this entire thing. It's super. This might sound. This is super counterintuitive, but I'm coming to realize how counterintuitive life really is. So The most counterintuitive thing is you take all this concept. This is consumed, right? Meaning this all is like new information for you guys if you're watching this video. Now, what you need to do is sleep process this. Meaning you need to like apply it in your own life. So the more you apply, the more intuitive grasp you'll get about this concept. The last tip I would give you, allow your imagination to do what it wants to do, right? Allow your imagination to guide you, to help you, because you'll be this and then you'll be thinking and some movie will start playing and then you have to become aware of that movie, right? And then start writing down that movie. Then how does this movie serve me? And sometimes even to heal, sometimes you have to like forgive yourself, stuff like that. Your imagination comes into play and creates a perfect simulation for you to like forgive someone else. Or sometimes you want to let go, you can visualize like butterflies going out of the chest, whichever feels beautiful. And here's where the vibration theory comes in. So for letting go, make sure your imagination is purely high vibration energy, meaning it's beautiful, pretty, compassionate, loving, loving, kind, gentle. It should be like, well, like it should be like giving, like that. So make sure your imagination is that way, and make sure you help your imagination guide you. You think that you do not know what to do, but you actually do. And that is a counterintuitive part of this entire process. Your imagination actually knows exactly what to do because the entire process has been ingrained in us so much through movies, genetics, how everyone grows, how you grow. So it's not like an alien process for you. So allow your imagination. Sometimes you'd want to, if you feel like you want to visualize, oh, I want to visualize butterfly coming out to represent this moment, do it. Oh, I want to like, I feel like I want to make a tunnel and send stuff out, and you feel that is right, do it. Whatever you feel right is the right answer. Okay, it might not work for someone else, but if for you it feels right, that is the right one. Not this, not anything. Whatever feels right, or whatever. Uh, yeah, like not exactly feeling as a sensation, like intuitively, like through your heart feels right. I want to do this. It's so pretty stuff like that. That is whatever excites you. That is the right thing. That's it, guys. This is the thing. So the two people who are watching, I don't know who are watching. You guys have any questions or anything, comments, suggestions? Do let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Like, it took me like a couple of hours to like get here, but it's fine. We are here finally. You guys have any questions or anything? Mm, so I'll wait for like a couple of minutes, and if nothing, let's go. So meanwhile, you guys can ask question. I'll actually share Byron Katie's worksheet. It's like bonus. Byron Katie is also NESI, by the way. She's like an EJ, but has like the same functions as us in just opposite order. She's like FESI, NEDI. That's a stat. In OPS, that is. Mhm. So let me stream this. So this is like the ending of the stream. Whoever came, let me just share. Oh, so look. So remember the rant part. So you need to like rant out completely so that you can get most of the thoughts outside your head. So these are the questions that you can use to like make your rant more efficient, I guess. So in this situation, who angers, confuses, hurts, or saddens you, and why? So in this situation, how do you want him or her to change? In this situation, what advice do you have to offer him or her? In this situation, in order for you to be happy, what do you need him to do or think or feel or anything. In this situation, what's the this? So you have like these six questions. They're really good questions to like bring it out. Also, this question I really like. How do you react or what happens when you believe that thought? So really, this question kind of like helps you see how much it doesn't serve you. You know, that's the point of this question. And how would you react or be without the thought? This is also to like make you see how much the thing that you're believing, holding on to, doesn't serve you. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to like comment, uh, like, what else, share, yeah. But do let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'm super curious as to what you guys think or feel, or if you did watch this entire video, what you guys think. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.